Let's go. Mini Mayor just starting straight off the bat. We're only a few minutes late, mate. Welcome to another live stream. It's a Saturday morning. Are you gonna sit down? You're just gonna?
I will when someone can confirm they can see. And
Can you hear and see us? That's the most important thing. Please let us know in the comments down below. It's a Saturday morning. We've never done this before. Uncharted territory. The Weekend Gang.
I was gonna say we're competing with the G Dubs pre-orders.
We are, yeah. Well, I mean, there's only Theoden, which felt like a bit distasteful, but money stonks, I guess.
It's not. It's not. Oh, because he's died.
Yeah. Now we go. Yeah, pennies drop now.
Can someone confirm they can hear and see us?
Hello from me. Hello. Can you confirm that you can see us, hear us, all of the above? That would be sweet, please. Hello.
Someone from New Zealand.
Someone from New Zealand.
What time is it in New Zealand at the minute?
Fantastic question. Yes. Right, sit down. We're good. I assume they're saying yes to us and not to everybody else in the chat. It's the morning. It's Saturday morning in the UK, which is lovely.
Getting my tea.
Getting my tea. Yeah, got the caffeine on the go.
9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. It's like optimum time for everyone. That's handy.
So we get a few comments saying, "Can you change your stream time?"
Yeah. Well, we've had two. We've already had requests.
Let me just shut my fiance up.
Oh, that's rude. But yeah, here we are. Saturday morning, we were going to talk all about Skaventide, which is a terrible name.
Awful. Absolutely awful.
We made better names in one stream. I don't know what the marketing team were doing, but here we are.
Radicalism.
RATMAGEDDON. Yeah. Terrible. Skaventide. But yeah, it is a big old box. What do you think just off the bat? Off the rat. Look at the size of this. Look at all those people. What do you think?
So it's a great box. The token terrain is hilarious.
I think the token terrain was for Spearhead. Because
that would make sense. Because it comes with I tell you what though, I do like that Spearhead is now in its own book.
Yeah, for sure.
If they do that with 40k, the Combat Patrol book, that is a winner.
Yeah, for sure. They should have done that in the first place.
Rather than just releasing random ones in White Dwarf.
Yeah, this is a much clearer rendition, I think, of a new game mode that they're trying to encourage us to play, which I think is great. There's a lot. I mean, we were talking at quite great length over the last weeks. I feel like I could have worded that so much better. Over the last few weeks, we've been discussing the contents of the box, potentially. But, I mean, there's quite a lot inside.
Yeah, there is a lot.
There's, 2 books, 3 books.
Well, it's 2 spearheads, isn't it?
Cards. Yeah, but there's more than just the spearheads. So the spearheads, it's similar to Leviathan in the Combat Patrol rules.
I'm like I just said a minute ago, I'm a big fan of the spearhead / Combat Patrol being in its own book. That's winner chicken dinner.
It's interesting that they've called it the Fire and Jade book. So obviously, like, I imagine it's because of...
I mean, we're going to get loads of them, isn't it?
That's what I thought. I was like, instead of White Dwarf and Warcom like articles, it makes me think whether they're going to do this as like a series going forward, like books every quarter or every like seasons almost. And then they'll have new spearheads within those, which I think is quite cool.
I'm all for having different spearheads.
It also makes GW exempt from making new spearhead boxes.
How?
So similar to what they've done with like Tyranids in 40k, like I remember seeing back along, one of the guys in our Discord was like, oh, you can have an exclusively Lictor-based Combat Patrol, and it's got like Von Ryan's Leapers and the Lictors and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
So it's essentially encouraging people to play Spearhead with a different team, and instead of buying a Spearhead box, you just buy more kits.
Okay.
That's what I thought. But I quite like the idea. I think I really like AOS anyway, in the concept of like a smaller base game without playing Warcry. I'm all for. I think it sounds really fun.
Plopsicorn wants to know if we've got any hangovers. I don't. I didn't sleep very well. But
no, not today. Oh, from the stag. Was it from your stag? Is that what he's talking about?
Maybe. Or maybe just last night was Friday night.
Yeah, I didn't. So we went out for Kieran's stag last Saturday. How were you on? I know on the Saturday night you were starting to flag. What were you like on the Sunday?
I had a headache for about 2 days.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't. The annoying thing was it wasn't a hangover headache. So in the UK, the Saturday that we went out for that was the first hot day of the year. So all of the moisture in the ground and everything was just like, yes, humid. And I don't do very well in the heat.
Yeah.
I get a headache very easily.
Yeah.
So not having breakfast because we were too busy go-karting, and then having 3 pints in the sun.
Yeah, we don't encourage
I
day
ended up with a
drinking.
headache by 3 o'clock.
Don't encourage day drinking, but my God, it was fun. Yeah, it was very intense.
What's really funny is we were like the opposite. So about 3 o'clock, you were starting to flag as well. I was like, right, I'm gonna try and nurse this headache, and you were like, no, just drink through it.
I'll just have some more beer. Yeah, no, that's the way forward.
It was quite funny. We went to watch the rugby.
Yeah,
and
apologies if there's any Quins fans in the chat.
No, there's people from New Zealand and Australia. They're like, this is baby rugby compared to what they play.
Baby rugby, terrible. Yeah, so rugby and stags aside, nursing our headaches for the last, last week.
Yeah, it's my first heat headache, if you want.
Heat headache, that's a heat stroke maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, terrible. But yeah, so what we're going to do is reel off everything that's in this shiny new Radicalism box. That's what we're going to call it, because Skaventide is rubbish.
Even Vermindoom was better.
Vermindoom was better.
And even that was beat it.
Yeah, that was bad. So straight off the bat, 24 Stormcast Eternals minis.
1 per hour, 24-hour challenge. Let's go.
Yeah, 1 per hour, including the giant meth chicken. Was it? Oh, what were they called now?
Griff chargers.
Griff crows, they're called now. So not Griff hounds. No more dogs.
No more doggos anymore.
These are different. They're Griff crows.
Oh, I like the World of Warcraft feel with the griffins.
Interesting. But yeah, I did wonder why they were more fuzzy, and it's because they're more dingy and dark. Griff crows.
They've been out on a bender with Sniper Meth Rat.
Yeah, I think so. Harnessing the power of a crow. Ha! Yeah, big fan. Yeah, all those Stormcasters drinking their fight milk. Big fan. Yeah, the crows are interesting.
Isn't it supposed to be cheesy because they are rats?
Did you say that or did the comments?
No, the comments said that.
Sacken, get out. Obviously don't mean that. Yeah, Corvine Griffstalkers. Very, very cool.
We'll move on to the characters.
Yeah, so I'll quickly finish the right rundown. So you've got 24 Stormcast, 50 Skaven. 50! 50. Mental.
Bad time for you.
Yeah, that's a real bad time for me. Painting 50 tiny rats in 24 hours is going to be horrendous. 4 terrain features. Obviously, we've been over that. I think it's primarily based for the Spearhead variant of this game, which makes loads more sense, and on a small board, which it comes with, it will look quite good, I think. 2 range rulers, boring. The core book, which looks absolutely lovely.
Are they whippy sticks?
I don't know.
That's the question we all want to know. Is it whippy sticks? If it's whippy sticks,
I don't think it will
anyone's little brother is in for a bad time.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Remember the ones that came in the Tyranids and Space Marine ones?
Blackreach. No, not Blackreach. Macragge.
Yeah, the Macragge one.
Yeah.
My brother. It's a clock.
Die.
Yeah.
So we've got the Age of Sigmar core book, which looks lovely. The Spearhead Fire and Jade book, which looks very cool indeed. Double-sided game board. The Spearhead card deck, which is great. So great. And then the General Handbook cards as well. I think the expectation is that we were going down like the random side missions, like similar to what it is in 40k at the moment.
Yeah.
If that is the case, well in, can't wait.
Really?
Yeah. The concept of drawing cards is so much better. And with AOS, when we had quite a lot of teams, especially at release, it was just sort of like scoring secondaries just for turning up. This makes it a little bit more interesting, keeps the game a bit more fast-paced and like moving, rather than just, I'm going to sit on this objective and score loads of points. And then because that's also my side objective with my book, I don't have to do anything. So yeah, well in. But yeah, what we'll do now is we'll go through all of the units, and we'll start off with the Stormcast. We've got the Lord Vigilant on Griffstalker. Look at this handsome chicken. Very, very nice indeed. What a lovely chicken. What do you think? Do you not like it?
No, I think the other one was better.
Oh, honey, no. Why?
Because it was. We've already seen that. It's so low energy.
What do you mean low energy? This thing's cool.
They've already made that.
Nah, this thing's wicked.
They've already made that.
I did like how the crow had red eyes. Yes, the red-eyed crow. Yeah, I think it was really
Mr.
cool.
Ped says he hates them edgelord hummingbirds.
No, stop it. Honestly, you're so anti-edgelord and it's driving me nuts.
Speaking of edgelord, I've gone full edgelord.
You have, yeah.
I
AOS,
started
AOS
reading.
aside.
Yeah, I started reading the Night Lords trilogy, and my word, I'm
In.
yeah, it's so good.
The best 40k books, for sure.
Edgelord Hummingbird.
Edgelord Hummingbird. I think it looks really sweet. I think the flame axe is cool. I'm wondering if the Lord Vigilant has a different head. Because if it had a different head option, I think it would look really cool.
Yeah, I think it might be if it gets a proper plastic multi-part kit, maybe then there's some flavour to add. But I think at the minute, it's just a bit beige.
Oh, that's sad.
And when you compare it to the other characters in that set, it's...
Nah. Let us know what you think down in the comments, because I am keen as mustard to take a look at this in its plastic
hard
form.
disagree. New one's much better.
Yeah,
I think I am in a minority.
Yeah, you are definitely in the minority. I think just across the board, what we saw with this game, or this box specifically even, is that we've certainly entered a new grimdark era for AOS.
Yeah, I don't know whether I like it or not.
Oh, yes. Well,
There is going to... I knew this was going to happen, to be honest, because you've got 40k, which is in the grimdark setting. You've then got Old World, which is now taking the place of high fantasy and everything. So where does AOS slot in? Of course, they're going to lean into what is their most profitable one, which is 40k.
I don't know. I'm into it.
Oh, Zane T super chat $5.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zane. Lovely stuff from you. Are you ready to see our next character?
Yeah,
The
it's
Lord.
my favourite one.
This is your
Yeah,
favourite.
the axe on this one is so metal.
Lord Terminus, the Terminus Lord. I like his friend, his little priest friend. He's quite cool.
Yavin Princess, I wondered if the axe is supposed to be bent or bendy 3D print.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, it is slightly bent, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's slightly
Oh no, I didn't even notice that. Is it supposed to be like that? Slightly curved? I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, back to...
There's a joke there that's not appropriate for the
yeah,
internet.
no, don't say that. So yeah, Lord Terminus, what do you think? With a giant
Big fan.
headsman's axe.
That's getting a Space Marine kit bash. Not necessarily by me.
Yeah.
Someone go and do it.
I don't know. I think it's really cool. I really like all the new scrolls and stuff. They're going with a very sort of like preachy, churchy vibe. And
Very Black Templars? Black Templars.
Yeah, I think it's very cool. I think the Lost Souls theme that they're now running with Stormcast, I think is resonating very strongly. And these units are lush. Big fan. Next is my favourite unit in the box is the Lord Veritan. Not just because he comes with a brand new turkey, but because he's blind. And blind models in Warhammer just look metal as hell. And it's awesome. It's awesome. Do you like the blind man?
Yeah, it's wicked.
Outrageous.
Second best miniature in that box.
Second best? What, to the headsman?
Yeah.
Nah, you're wrong.
That axe. Whew.
And look at that pretty little Stormcrow thing. Crow Charger? Crow Charger? Doesn't matter.
Crow Charger.
Crow Charger. Charge them
Charge your
crows.
phone.
Charge your phone. Yeah, I really like the Lord Veritan. I think that model is metal as hell, and I'm a big fan.
It is wicked.
Yeah, if the last ones were edgy, then that one is absolutely so.
What? Right. The only thing I don't necessarily like with the Stormcast line? I've noticed it more and more. Why are the swords all on fire?
I don't know.
What's the thing behind that?
I thought they were lightning orientated, not
Yeah, I always
not
thought.
fire.
Yeah, I always thought it was lightning. That's their whole shtick, isn't it? They come out of the storm and like Bastian Cartelos, all of his powers are
Lightning orientated.
lightning based, and then you seem to have got these random Stormcasts that have got swords on fire.
That just love fire. Girls on fire. Next one is the Night Quester. This one I'm not sure of. It sort of looks like Conan the Barbarian if he had clothes on. I'm just not keen on it. What do you think?
Conan the Regularian.
Yeah, Conan the Regularian. I'm not sure that's going to stick, but we're going to keep it anyway. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think
Lightning can create fire. I mean, yeah, technically, but on a
the
sword.
logic is airtight.
On a sword?
And in an axe. It's the way in the trailer, the main chicken guy, where he just sort of like clicks it on and it just goes. I'm just like, I'm not sure how that works mechanically, but it looks cool.
I am a sliced saber.
It was just like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the Night Quester, I think is cool. I just don't know how into it I am.
You're not into Stormcast. You're here for the rats.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
Very Dark Angels. Yeah, that's what we said yesterday. All of these new characters and everything, they're all very either Black Templars, Dark Angels, secrety style.
Certainly feels that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And these ones are still the best unit.
The Reclusians.
The best unit,
wow.
The best unit in the box for sure. Like characters aside, this is the best unit. These are so cool.
Easier to paint than lightning effects. That is very true, actually.
We'll roll with that. Yeah, that also makes sense. The Reclusians are wicked cool. With only a handful of reforged.
Zippo axe.
A Zippo axe. That's great. So these, I did read the little thing underneath. So it says, with only a handful of wreath forgings left before they lose themselves entirely, Reclusians are deployed only in the most desperate of times, unwavering and unnervingly quiet. They stride towards as sorceries and corruption wash over them. Such foul energies fail to find purchase on their eroded souls. They are accompanied by Memorians, mortal companions who preserve their deeds and memories. I was actually watching the.
So what it sounds like is me on GW pre-order day.
I was actually watching the.
So I've got a handful of times left.
It's just like I've got nothing left. Yeah, apparently these two little priest people with their cool armor and their scrolls and their fire and stuff is when just when they're about to sort of like lose themselves and their souls are lost entirely. They're like, no, come back, Mr. Stark. Don't go, Mr. Stark.
It's the real Slim Shadys. Lose yourself.
Oh, I see. Good. Goodness sake. Next up, the more I see it, the more I don't know.
Oh, these are fire.
So prosecutors are next. Big burbs, bird persons, plural, not singular. I'm not sure. I think it's the helmets I don't like.
Helmets aren't great.
No, it feels very like Trojan-esque. I know that this probably, you can't really see it very well. Oh no, you can see it surprisingly well. Yeah, not gassed on the Trojan heads. I think they're fine.
Wings are good though.
The wings are sick. Yeah,
People are going to buy that kit just for the wings.
Let that be known. Yeah, the wings are
Sanguinary
wicked.
Guard, I mean, apparently they might be getting new things, but they would look wicked on a Sanguinary Guard.
Yeah, we're going to see some pretty impressive kit bashes with most of this Stormcast stuff.
Hey, yeah,
sure.
Crypt Shadow says helmets are weird, but the model itself is very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the helmets that let that out. And to be honest, you could probably solve that.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, these will be the bloody weird easy build, won't they, in the launch boxes?
They will in the launch boxes, yeah. I'm wondering.
Clip all the nubs off and you'll be alright.
The nubs. I'm wondering if you could cut off both the spear and the shield.
What if they were blind? Would you like them then?
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what.
That's just some blind guy.
Flying blind bird people. Absolutely right.
They've got better wings than Celestine's got.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
They've got Celestine's wings.
I think it'd be really cool if you kit bashed the spear and the shield for like a Kimbo sword.
Cut the mohawk off.
Cut the mohawk.
I think the mohawk's the best bit.
I don't think it would do it. I don't think it would help. It's still just like the sort of Spartan-y helmets that I'm not.
Yeah. Yavin Prince says the trident is super weird.
Yeah, it's an odd choice, isn't it? Odd choice. On that, obviously between trident and spear, or whatever.
Cooking the rats over the bloody guy's flaming sword, isn't
like
it?
Shrek.
It's like a barbecue fork.
Oh god. Yeah, I did see actually that in this new edition of AOS 4, WYSIWYG isn't a thing. Games Workshop have gone, build how you want.
Have they actually said that?
They've actually said that. They've gone, do what you want.
I think a controversial take from a miniatures company.
But I think it helps them immensely because now people are just going to be making the cooler variants of anything, and because weapon ranges aren't a thing.
I think as well, G-Dubs hasn't. I could be completely wrong. I don't think they've had a great relationship with kit bashing in general because they've had like.
I think kit bashing is fine. I think it's.
I don't think
3D
they've always.
bits.
Yeah, they've never. I think because the line for that is getting slowly blurred. I think they have a weird view on that.
With what?
Kit bashing and 3D printing. So I think maybe them moving towards getting away from WYSIWYG is them becoming more okay with things like that. Yeah. Not 3D printing because they hate it with a passion.
Yeah, they've got it's bad times. Next up, super boring but Liberators. I like the slim cast. I think they look really cool. I think the last ones looked mega chunky in comparison to some of the newer ones.
Compared to what this is, they're Oh,
For sure. So Slimcast Liberators, big fan of. The new helmets, I think are really cool. The little
new helmets are wicked.
the little nose thing going on.
To be fair, you just put those on the prosecutors.
Yeah, and it's similar to most Bear Stormcast heads. Ace.
Which
Very
one's that?
cool. This is the man with the
Oh, the man with the crown.
the man with the crown.
It looks like something out of Last Kingdom.
Yeah, he does. That's a nice little take. We are now on to the rats.
So
What's your overall opinion of the rats? Because obviously you've made
we
it quite
all
clear.
know I don't like rats. However,
Yep.
the clan rat riding the rat thing is actually really cool. It's the only rat miniature, well, that and the grey seer, that I'm kind of gone.
The Claw Lord on Norbeast
I can kind of get on with this.
is quite a mini.
It's going to snap though.
It's quite a mini.
You try and transport that.
I think my favourite. I mean, this is very cool anyway. Like the armor variant, and then the like glowy poison blade thing. I think that's lush. I think that's really, really cool. But that thing is harrowing. Absolutely harrowing. Yeah,
It's like
that's what I look like on the Sunday morning after your stag. I just came out of that hotel room and I was like, I'm ready for breakfast.
you know what it is? It's so what's the Cruel Boys thing? What's that called? The swamp thing.
Oh, the sludge raker beast or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
so
called.
that's when Dobby first gets on meth. That's Dobby a year in.
Yeah, I think this is this is homeless Dobby for sure. Yeah, it's like living.
Breaking Bad Dobby. This is.
Breaking Bad. Yeah, it's not breaking anything anymore. It's like all the flayed bits of skin. It's just like, I mean, it's metal as hell and it's proper disgusting. But yeah, I'm actually well excited to paint that. And like, this
You
is
got to paint it in 24 hours as well with everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. I really like this inclusion actually to a lot of the Skaven bits. It's the fact that all of their like flesh is all sort of like mutilated and boiled up and stuff, and it's got those like glowy rock things just like lodged in them. I'm just like, wow, that's
Here you go.
Yeah, just like unlimited power. Very cool. The Grey Seer.
Grey Seer is really cool.
One of the best minis in the box for sure. Because I think up until this point, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. We've only had poopy garbage Grey Seer minis, and then you had
and a paint.
and then the Grey Seer guy on top of the giant meth rat. Adam, if you're still in the chat, help us out because I know that you got Skaven. I think you've got this mini. I can't remember what it's called. Thanquil or something?
Oh, Thanquil.
I can't remember.
Hell of a rock. It is hell of a
It
rock.
is a hell of a rock. Love a tactical rock. But yeah, Grey Seer is a great time. Great time. Next up,
Sniper Meth Rat.
Sniper Meth Rat.
Not a fan.
Not totally keen on it still. I think it's fine. I do think it's fine.
I think it's absolute hot butt. It's the teeth. Why is it? Why is it?
What, you mean like a rat?
Yeah. It's just,
That's such a. Of
I
all
don't.
the issues I have with this mini, the
Actually,
teeth didn't
it's
even
my
come
second
close.
least favourite in the box. We'll get on to my least favourite in a minute.
Oh, okay. Next up is a rattling warp blaster.
What's the deal with rats, with the Skaven and guns? Why are there guns in fantasy?
I don't know. Yeah, Adam did say thankful. Yes, you're absolutely right. Thank you very much, Adam. The cannon thing, I think this was the one that was leaked. I remember seeing this a few months back and I was thinking, wow, that's a very intense looking gun. I think the most impressive thing about these guns, although I don't know if it makes sense within Skaven or whatever the law is around rats and contraption. No, I mean, that's
Rat craptions?
No, it's too much of a reach. I would love to see some kit bashes with stuff like this.
It looks too ratty.
Too ratty every single time. There's something about this like cannon thing that I'm really vibing with. I think it's really cool, and it a lot more so than the ones that are coming up next.
You've got to paint that. You've got to paint that though. There's a lot going on.
I am gonna try and ignore it
Because it's it's not just one colour.
I think the only logical option is painting the 40.
I love all of them. Leave my rat children alone.
my rat babies. It's not next at all.
Their weakness though is a cocoa pop and a broom. The cocoa pop out. That's how I get rid of rats.
Is it?
That's what my grandfather did years
Oh,
ago.
I see. Putting cocoa pops out.
Bait them out with cocoa pops and then hit them with a broom.
Next up are some of the coolest. To be fair, this is probably my second favourite unit.
The Rogers.
And the Rogers. The Rogers, indeed. These are mad cool. The glowing green rock in this guy's shoulder with a cannon on his arm.
Very cool.
Yeah, well in. I think when these guys get a multi-part plastic kit, I think they'll look wicked. This guy's like Ninja Rat Ogre, where he's got like a blade for an
Most
arm.
inconspicuous person ever.
Yeah, he's like, you'll never see me in the shadows. Yeah, this is like covered in boils and stitches and all sorts. This is nightmare fuel to the highest degree. Very, very exciting. Oh, the dog is barking.
My dog is barking.
The dog is barking. I don't know if you can hear that.
He'll be quiet.
As soon as we started talking about rat ogres, he was like, no. Yeah, really, really sweet. Love the rat ogres. Any takes on the rat ogres?
Not really.
No? Boring. Oh, fine.
They're okay.
Yeah, these
are hot bum.
hot butt. Yeah, Warplock Jezzails. Crazy little name. I'm not 100% sure if I like them.
No, I can't. No, I hate them.
No. I quite like the idea of...
thank you very much, Hobby Hooch, for the super chat. Super chat for the ogres. Love them.
Oh, big fan of the ogres. Lovely. What do you think of the Warplock Jezzails? Because we need to know.
I don't like them.
I like the idea of rat snipers, but
No.
I'm just
No.
I'm not
No.
super keen on the...
Stop it.
I'm not super keen on the mini.
Stop encouraging it.
They're quite big as well. I am really worried about this 24-hour
There's a dog. Show us the dog. No.
Where is the dog?
The dog is probably harassing the postman.
Yeah, for sure. Last but not least, is 40 clan rats.
But why? It's rat
40.
But that's really hard to say. But why? It's rat sharpshooters cool. No.
I
just don't get it.
I don't know. I maybe I'm not very well versed in Skaven.
Even Hobby Hooch says, I love the idea. I think they'll play well, but there are better minis in the box.
Yeah, exactly right. Maybe that's the reason. I think if they'd released them on their own, I'd have been like, oh, okay, that's quite an interesting addition. But because by comparison, they're not stronger than everything else, it's a bit like, meh. But yeah, 40 clan rats. 40. 40. 2 units of 20.
You've got to paint those in a day.
Oh, it's the worst.
I was having a look at these. Yeah, contrast paint is going to be your best friend. But there's not just 2 colours on there.
No, there are multiple colours. And there's lots of different colours of cloth, amongst other things.
Touching cloth.
Touching cloth for the clan rats. Yeah, there's lots going on here. 40 of them is a very, very dangerous time. The concept of doing all of them makes me feel a little bit sick. I think I'm just going to have to do them all in a day. Like,
you're going to need to spend 12 of the hours will be on clan rats.
On clan rats, yeah. Well, considering there's 50 minis for Skaven, I think I'll have to.
Yes.
Because if you completed 40 out of 50 minis, that's still a very good average.
It's not all of them though, is it? If you ain't first, you're last.
Sorry, the guy that has completed 1 challenge, excuse me.
Yeah, got big energy now.
2. No, it's 2. The Cadians and then the...
Well, they're Stiltman.
They're
Stiltman don't count.
No, you're right. Stiltman doesn't count. Absolute tosh.
There are only two pieces per model, don't forget. Very easy to build. Well...
Only 2 pieces per... Oh, what, for the clan rats?
Yeah.
Nice.
Building isn't part of the challenge.
I wish it was. Yeah.
24 hours to build and paint Vermin Doom.
No. Oh, you mean Skaventide?
I'm not calling it that.
Terrible name.
Get 3 or 4 contrast browns and mix and match between them all. Maybe. It's Kieran, he's going to paint them. And if Adam's still in the chat, he'll say the same thing. What 3 colours are you going to paint them? Ivory, red, black.
Yes, the holy trinity of colours.
No brown in there, you'll have red rats.
No, it'll be brown. I think the most important thing with Skaven units is getting the skin colour right.
Yes.
And I think it will be an airbrush jobby on all of them, just ensuring that it's all done. I could do dry brushing. I think dry brushing is going to come up clutch for
it
these
will
guys.
for all of the fur, but then the trouble is with that, I looked at them, there's a lot of the faces are covered by stuff.
Yeah,
so dry brushing is going to be an interesting one, trying to get into all the nooks and crannies.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I think
Streak and Grime is your pal.
See, I thought about Streak and Grime, and the concept of doing 50 models of Streak and Grime, I think my lungs will fail.
There's enough models in this box for a full army Retalian.
Retalian. Finally, after like 3 sessions, we've got our name.
No, we already had the name, RATMAGEDDON.
I think Radicalism is cooler.
No, but I didn't come up with that one, so I don't think that.
Ah, right. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. Yeah, I think it's very, very cool. I think the box as a whole is a lot to digest.
Streak and grime, no thank you. Give me that burnt umber oil paint. I prefer oils to streak and grime.
See, I've never used them.
They're better. You've got far more control over where the paint comes off.
I'm
However, they do take a lot longer to dry.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, I'm not about that.
So I've seen reports of like people on like Reddit and stuff. They've got into it and they've done like really heavy, dirty washes, and they look really cool. And a week later, it's still not.
Yeah, still not
totally
dry.
set.
Yeah, that's a nightmare scenario. Yeah.
But personally, Hobby Hooch is going with Gagrex Sewer Contrast. It is very good paint.
Oh, is it the brown one?
Yeah, it's what I used for all of the leather details on the Imperial Guard Combat Patrol that I nailed in a day.
I nailed it.
Fireman Sam.
Yeah, Fireman Sam. God damn. Yeah, I think the Browns are going to come up clutch for the Skaven. How are you going to tackle the Stormcast? I feel like we haven't spoken enough about them.
1 hour per mini. Light work.
But you've got character models in there.
Yeah, so I'm not going to spend an hour per Liberator. I reckon 2 Liberators per hour.
Okay.
Light work.
You say that, but what colours are you
me,
doing?
I'll make it complicated.
Yeah, you'll make it complicated.
Paint them black.
Yeah, you'll have a whole base colour of silver and you'll start with black or something. What's the game plan colour?
I don't have one.
You're just going in blind?
No, because I've been trying to work out what I want to do with my Stormcast army. First of all, it was going to be gold, because I was like, I can nail these in a day, easily. Just spray them gold. You do like a wash of like Gilliman flesh and then just dry brush.
Yeah.
But I've always liked the idea of white Stormcast.
But?
And I've done them.
Yeah.
So pass me an Annihilator. I've got one that's the test one that I've kind of half finished. So I go with like white and green. I'm just not having fun painting them at all.
Why don't you go full green with golden trim?
No, because that's even more work. So I might go back.
It's less work.
I actually really like the new silvery tone that they've gone with.
Hallowed Heart? Is that the same? Or is that something else?
Hallowed Knights, aren't they?
Maybe it's Hallowed Knights. It's Hallowed something.
Someone in the chat will tell us that we're wrong and it's actually something completely different. I actually quite like that new silver scheme. So for the second time, I might strip them again and go with the silver.
Interesting.
Because I reckon I can knock that out very easily. Spray it lead belcher, dry brush, wash, dry brush again, done.
The logic is airtight, but it's whether you stick to that logic.
Hallowed Knights, there we go.
Hallowed Knights, nice. Yeah, I think if you were to do... So how would you tackle that all in one then with the silvers?
Oh, Mini Mayo's got the Noosh, which is the weirdest name ever. The Noosh Monument Hobbies.
Oh, Noosh.
Nooshk, whatever they've got there. It's a weird name.
Yeah, what is that? Oh, is that their answer to Streak and Grime?
It's their weird oil things, but they're acrylic-based paint. They're not oil.
Oh.
I'd be curious to see what they're like.
It's quite expensive.
Yellow Stormcast, don't tempt me, Frodo.
Yellow Stormcast.
Imperial Fist Stormcast.
I mean, you know exactly what you're doing with it.
Okay, I can't do that in 24 hours though.
No.
I barely did it in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be painting black for 12 hours, so that's a guarantee.
Oh, the people love to see that.
Yeah, that's a guaranteed win as far as I'm concerned.
It's a medium.
Oh, okay.
It's a funky name.
It is a funky name.
I'm curious to see what... Mini Mayo, let us, when you do test them out, let us know over in the Discord what they're like. Because
please do.
I've been looking at them, and I want someone else to spend their hard-earned money rather than me.
Yeah, I'd really rather you spent the cash and then I...
Then told me if they were good or not.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, nice.
Sounds like the scheme needs more black.
It does need more black, I can confirm. I think black Stormcast sound awesome. If you had black and gold, that would look wicked.
I think if I do another challenge of painting black for a day, people will just be like, "What the hell is wrong with this person?"
Yeah, you do it wrong though. If you're painting,
I do it right because it looks good. It just takes ages.
Nah, but if you're gonna do a primarily black mini, you prime.
Ooh, my Stormcast are silver and crimson red.
That's an interesting.
That's interesting.
One. Yeah, nice.
Metallic black. Metallic black would be an easy cheese. So you just spray it black, dry brush silver, done.
I think black is an easy cheese, to be fair.
It's not when I do it.
Yeah, it's not when you do it because you take ages doing it. It's crazy.
But I do it right.
How are those Tyranids going?
That was a low blow, that
The
was.
sadness, the ultimate sadness.
Bring back all of my PTSD, thank you very much.
For sure. Oh my god. What do you guys think of the new Skaventide box set? What are your ideas? What are the minis that you're most excited to paint?
Is anybody not buying it and just waiting for the book?
Yeah, that's interesting actually.
I noticed there was quite a lot of people that did that with Leviathan. A lot of people were like, I'm out, I'm just going to get the new rule book. Whereas Indomitus, everybody was in.
I did see the price as well for Skaventide, and it is £160.
How have you seen the price already?
Because they said they're giving a box away as like a prize, and they said prize contents to a maximum of £160 or something.
Oh, because you have to do it for the T's and C's for competitions.
Nailed it. Yeah, so Skaventide will be 160 quid for those that don't know already. I think considering how much you get in the box, I think is a very, very good value.
Silver paint is a great start, as then any contrast will cover nicely and give them metallic colour effect. Yeah, I'm a big fan of contrast paints over silver. I've also just discovered that contrast paints are really good with glazed medium in them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I bought some Vallejo glazed medium there just to try it. I've been using contrast medium for ages and it's okay, but the glazed medium,
it's just better.
It's the finer details. It just seems better. I mean, if you've only got contrast medium, it's fine. But glazed medium just seems to, I don't know, it's just a bit better.
Interesting.
What else are people saying? I'm going to go two tonic night / temporary colour scheme for my dudes.
Awesome.
Given the new priesty people.
Priesty people. Yeah,
priesty people sounds awful.
Yeah, priesty people does sound weird.
Black and exaggerate the lightning effect like Thor in Ragnarok. That sounds wild.
Yeah, that sounds really
If you
cool.
could do that in a day.
Yeah, I doubt it, but if you could, that'd be great. I think this new sort of like
or
Templar
perhaps
theme
I
is
submit
wicked.
to the full Edgelord and make them Night Lord Stormcast.
See, that I am on board with.
Oh, imagine lightning going down those panels.
I mean, you know how to paint Night Lords now. Do you reckon you could do that with
Not in 24 hours.
Stormcast? Oh, right. So what is your game plan with Stormcast? For the
I still
25
don't
hours?
know.
It sounds like you're just going silver.
I think what I need to what I need to mentally / internally decide is what I want my Stormcast army to look like.
Got to manifest that, and then it will happen.
Yes. So I mean, I really like the idea of white, and I have got a very quick recipe for white. And it's the same problem I've always had with spraying lighter colours, is you lose all of the shadows. So unless you go with something like streak and grime over the brightest colours, you lose all of those finer details.
But you also have to go over it.
You have to make sure you catch everything as well, because otherwise it leaves white, whereas the black and grey are really forgiving, because if you don't get as thick a coat over it, or if you don't catch it, they're very forgiving. Like black is the most forgiving because it just looks like a shadow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whereas white, it's like, I'm here and I'm white. I'm the brightest point of your mini.
Yeah, I'm here and I am white. That's great.
Alpha Legion Stormcast, no thank you.
Yeah, I'm just not keen on
I
colour.
love the colour though.
Oh really?
Alpha Legion, I think I said this when we slated them. The colour of the Legion is very cool.
Yeah,
The like turquoisey, crystally blue is very good.
I think I'd be more inclined, if we're talking about Space Marine Legions, I'd be more inclined to
450 Australian dollars. It's rough this side of the pond. Well, if you've watched any of our
Sorry, Australia.
our army breakdown videos,
You know exactly.
yeah, we know exactly the ride that you're getting.
We're actually going to be recording the Tau one this morning. I finished doing the numbers for that one last night. It is awful. Awful for Australia.
Yeah, so when we did the Custodes one that was sub 1,000 Australian dollars, I was like, oh my god, this is an achievement. But even then, it's still...
Yeah.
Whoever, just as an aside, we've mentioned this before, but whoever's doing the conversion,
Yeah.
G-dubs for Australian dollary dues is like...
Yeah, they're just like, we're sending it to the other side of the world. This is
Just
essentially...
smack on another 25%.
Yeah, they're like, this is essentially a third world country to us. We might as well get them some more money back from it. Yeah. Yeah, they're terrible.
Rinsing you. It's
Sorry,
awful.
Australia. The southern hemisphere.
At least you got some.
tax. Yeah, true. And massive beasties. Like spiders.
You got actual spiders, not like our spiders.
So it's the crocodiles. I keep watching crocodile TikToks at the moment. They're terrifying.
Such a 7-year-old.
Crocodiles and alligators. Never. If I saw one of those in the wild in Australia,
So
I think I'd run.
My uncle
I'd
lives
throw my wife and I'd run.
You throw her at the
Yeah, I'd
crocodile.
be like, oh, take her instead.
Do you know what's really funny though is a crocodile will outrun you.
Yeah, no, I've seen that.
They are.
Yeah, it's a new fear. Yeah,
a new fear.
It's the noise they make. Oh, it's crazy. I can't believe we're talking about crocodiles and alligators.
So
They're so scary.
My uncle lives in Australia, and he came back. I think it was last year, and he said that their actual biggest problem isn't spiders; it's wombats.
Wombats? Why?
They're just everywhere.
All right, that's interesting.
Yeah,
But why they have more of a problem?
It's just more of them. They're like a vermin, but they're.
Ah, right, they're like raccoons.
So like we have like mice that are our vermin that are like this big. I think they have wombats, and correct me, anyone that is Australian in the chat, right? Aren't wombats like this big?
They're like koalas.
And they're a vermin.
They're enormous. But they're kind of cute though.
Wombats.
A little bit harrowing, but kind of cute.
What, koala bears? Or wombats?
Well, koalas, yeah.
Koalas
for sure.
are harrowing. Have you seen how sharp their claws are?
Well, they're also like permanently high, aren't they? Koalas.
Crocodile sounds like a nice segue to Croxagore and dinosaurs. My guy.
I'm in. Yeah.
What's your plan for your Seraphon?
I will get.
While we're
to
talking
them.
about Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, I will get to them.
Oh, apparently they're bigger.
Bigger. Oh, it's a gifted membership. It's not for Dave.
It's not. Well, let's not resurrect the Dave lottery. That was wild.
The Seraphon.
Thank you very much for the gifted membership. I'm sure Crypt Shadow will be most happy they've given him some nonsense YouTube membership thing.
For sure. Thank you. Welcome to the club. The Seraphon are definitely coming back in a big way. I've just got some quite large projects I'm doing first, and then I'll jump on it for sure. Like I'm at a point with the vampires now where I've got like an easy 2,000 points that I could just sort of reuse, recycle, whatever. And I think as soon as I'm ready, I will jump on the Seraphon in a big way. And I've been using the airbrush loads.
You've finally been listening to me.
I've done it, so I could paint most of the colours on the Seraphon very, very quickly. Which
What,
is
you mean
wicked.
your ivory, red and black?
You know the game. You know the game. It's easy. It works.
For your birthday this year, I'm going to buy you another colour.
I'll throw it away. I'll be like, don't need this. I might as well throw it.
Lord Commander Joe says, I'm not going to be getting the box, just going to wait for the books. I've fallen in love with Cities of Sigmar, so I'm primarily focused on them, plus not a massive fan of Push Fit. Yeah, Push Fit is
Fair
awful.
enough.
The biggest... No,
carry on.
Push Fit is
carry
awful.
on and I'll come back.
There is no in between there. However, there is an easy way to fix Push Fit. The little nubs, cut the top millimetre off them.
Yeah, cut off the plugs.
Well, not all of it, because it does it to either cut them in half or just shave ever so slightly off the edge, and they'll fit. They'll actually fit together.
So Dominion and Indomitus were a bit naff. The Push Fit. However,
Indomitus was the worst.
I ain't saying your turn to talk. It's my turn to talk. However, Leviathan was very good. The Push Fit for Leviathan was very good, and I think that if that's going to transpire, just like time has with Skaventide, I think this box should be very good.
I'm interrupting you. Wombat's 20 to 35 kilos. That's bigger than I said. That's insane.
That's thick. That's a thick wombat.
Christ, if they had opposable thumbs, they'd take over the world.
Is it really that big of a croc? I'm gonna have to look into this. I'm gonna have to look. It's really got me curious.
Obsession.
Yeah.
How big are creatures in Australia?
Yeah, because truth be told, the cost of GW minis in Australia seems to be the least of their worries. Alligators and wombats. I'd never leave the house.
Huntsman spiders as well.
Huntsman spider. Oh, apparently they're not as prevalent as you think. Apparently all the bugs are mainly like.
Dad and Dad are fighting again.
We are, because he interrupted me and it annoyed me.
I always trim the nubs and don't need any filling or anything 95% of the time after that. Yeah.
Nice.
Leviathan was far more forgiving with you didn't have to cut as much nub off.
Hated
Awful
that.
sentence.
Hated that.
And there was a little bit of gap filling, particularly on the psychophage.
Yes, which you called it something else. At the
Yeah,
time,
I was trying to
remember.
not say what I actually called it because it's not appropriate for the internet.
Yeah, if anybody in the comments asks, he will say it.
And I'll whisper into my mic while doing it.
It's not. It's a psychophage. Terrible. Yeah, I think the Leviathan box was great for Push Fit, and I think if that's the way we're going in the future, I think we'll be fine.
I'm still going to cut the nubs off though.
Cut the nubs. Yeah, for sure.
I recently built Yindastra.
Oh yeah.
Her push fit was terrible.
Yeah, because it was Dominion. The Stormcast got off lightly as well. The Crawl Boys were horrendous.
No, Cool Boys are horrendous in general, so it fits their whole theme.
You are wrong.
What? And why on earth? So someone's going to go on the GW web store. They're going to go, yeah, I'm going to do an AOS Orc army. They look at that website and they go, yeah, I could have this Maw Crusher Or I could have Meth Dobby.
I like Meth Dobby.
Well, that speaks
like-
volumes about you.
It's like that Jeremy Clarkson meme. It's like, this is brilliant, but I like this.
You're wrong.
I like Meth Dobby. I think it's good.
Wombats are 1 metre long when adult size.
1 metre and like 30 kilos. They're like tiny bears.
It's the land of Tyranids.
It really is. You just like go outside, your bins are getting savaged by tiny bear people.
Plus, I need to save my money and, more importantly, hobby time for a manticore.
Ah.
Funny you mentioned the manticore.
It's funny you mentioned the Manticore, and that's where we're going to leave that. Yeah, we are very, very excited for Skaventide.
I had no
we'll have to do that soon.
no dramas with the smelly orcs push fit. Sounds like user error.
Okay, fine. Just me then.
Get back in your box. The internet has put you down.
Yeah, they have. Hold on, I'm going to go cry. Cool.
Karen comments like, what I would like to see from GW would be, here's everything you need to play apart from the minis. Yeah, I mean you'll get all the books.
Oh, what? As in like a separate?
I guess. Do you mean as a box set? Because that could be quite cool. You just buy a box set of the books with everything you need to play.
Why would you do that? What do you mean a box set of all the books?
Yeah, what I would like to see from GW would be, here's everything you need to play apart from the minis. So you get essentially all the minis taken out of that box. That could be quite cool, and then you just buy a box of all the stuff you need.
So, yeah, that's like quite a nice way of doing it. So just like a real... Well, that's what all the starter sets are for, aren't they?
Yeah, but they come with minis.
I think it's hard, isn't it? Because the main rule book costs like 50 quid or something stupid.
Yeah, the problem there
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
is because their markup on minis is so high, it costs them nothing to throw them in with the book.
Yeah, I am a firm believer that all core rules for any game should be free.
They are now.
They should... Huh? What do
They
you mean?
are. The core rules for Warhammer 40,000 are free.
So it will be the same with...
I'm assuming so.
Unless it doesn't
Core
come with
rules,
the
not
mini.
all the snazzy bits that go on the
Yeah,
top.
for sure. So I think it would be nice if they did like a little deal or something. If you had like, if you bought, if it was like, even if it was online only, if you bought like a tape measure or a little whippy stick or whatever, some dice and your army book, that might be quite nice.
Whippy stick.
Whippy stick. I don't know.
The trouble is,
tough, isn't it?
because it looks nicer to people on the cover of it if it does come with minis. When you're buying things from what is essentially a miniatures company.
Yeah, and also you can reselling Warhammer is so easy. So easy. Just put it up on eBay.
Not if you've got Stormcast.
Oh, Adam, if you're still watching, did you sell your Stormcast army in the end?
Stormcast the money is falling out of them. So there's a guy at work I was talking to actually, that does Warhammer, and he's trying to sell his Stormcast army. He's got £600 worth of Stormcast. They're on eBay, or he's trying to sell them for half of that, and is still getting no
traction.
No traction.
That's hilarious.
He's like, I'm just going to keep them. Someone offered him 100 quid.
Brutal.
There is no money in Stormcast at the minute.
That's so weird, isn't it? Is it just because they got revamped?
I think it's the same, maybe not the same, but it's very similar to Space Marines. Like, Space Marines are very easy to buy on the cheap on eBay.
It's like flavour of the week with Space Marines, isn't it? They'll
Yeah.
rise the price.
Whereas
up on
Stormcast
something.
is one, whereas like you're saying, with Space Marines you've got our Blood Angels are really good, so the Assault Intercessors are expensive as an example. Whereas Stormcast, it's still very flat.
Yeah, those stonks.
Well, not stonks at the minute.
Depends though, doesn't it? It depends what it is.
Adam said no.
Oh, boo. What did I say? 200 quid for anyone. Oh, woof. Yeah.
Adam, you could not derail our live stream to sell
crazy.
your grey Stormcast.
Yeah, there's so many Stormcasts going.
Pro tip, just don't sell it. I mean,
It's hard to agree with the logic. But
what's really funny is both of us used to sell more Warhammer that we had fallen out of love with, I guess, would be the way, or projects that just haven't taken off.
yeah, now we've got.
And now we have a YouTube channel. Every time we go to say something, well, we could sell this.
Yeah, it's now a real Well, it's a channel pile of shame, isn't it?
Yeah, it
It's the
just
shelf.
goes to the gap because it will come back round.
Yeah, it's the shelf of doom. That's for
Especially
sure.
if we do start doing battle reports, there's live stuff, all of
Yeah,
the stuff in there.
Eventually, it will come up clutch for sure, and I think everything that we've sort of
The market is
accumulated up until
saturated.
this-
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people trying to sell off all of the stuff that's going out of print.
There's something I found in the past actually, trying to get hold of those like box set minis, whether it's Space Marines, Stormcast, Tyranids, Cruel Boys. It's so easy to pick them up. That you can get them for, and it's so competitive. You can buy like individual models for like £4.
what's really interesting is that only lasts for a certain amount of time. So you might find that in a couple of years' time, someone will take them off your hands very, very easily. So I found recently when I was trying to get stuff from Dominion that it's hard to find. There's stuff around.
It's specific bits though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, for example, anything that wasn't in the starter boxes but was in Dominion.
YouTube
is
channel,
really
a
rare.
YouTube channel for when you want to call your Warhammer a business expense.
Nice.
That's the future.
That is the future. Here's to the future.
Right now, it's just an extra hobby to spend money on.
Just a more intense hobby. But yeah, get your last minute questions in now. We were always going to keep this to like sub an hour. Obviously, we've spoken at quite length about
90% of my minis are bought on eBay. Currently cleaning up my minis from 20 years ago to sell on. I was 12. I cannot sell these as paintings.
Got to clean them.
I sold, when I got out of the hobby the first time when I was about 14, I did sell all of mine on eBay. I'd love to know what happened to them. Did someone strip them? Because they were painted horrendously. This was before anybody told me that I could thin my paints.
Yeah. My biggest regret, I think, was having... I had loads of now out-of-print Lord of the Rings minis, so like special like metal ones.
Yeah.
And there was one kit in particular that as soon as it goes made to order, it'll be like the quickest auto buy ever. It was called the White Council. It had Galadriel, Saruman, Elrond. It was like 6 characters in general.
I think that's already been on made to order at one point.
Sad. Yeah, that is the one box that I'm like, I'd like to.
So just as an aside, I had a really cool idea this morning. Actually, we should try and buy the Fellowship of the Ring starter box.
Oh, the Moria one.
I think was it Moria that was the starter one? I think there might have been the green Lord of the Rings box that everybody had.
Was it? It was goblins and elves.
Let me have a quick look.
Goblins and high elves.
Warhammer.
Because it also came with the Arnor. Arnor, is that right?
Starter box.
It was the
It's this one.
Oh God, brother, that's big.
Oh yeah, they'll be old as sin now. There isn't really any for sale, but if we could find,
why that one?
Because look how cool! Look at the iconic art. Look.
Brother, what's that, brother? Nah, man. Have you seen those minis now?
Yeah, they look awful.
Nah, if we were to get one, it would have to be either the Return of the King, the Two Towers one with the
No, we've got to start at the beginning.
Urukai and the...
That could be a challenge series. We paint each one.
But they're like old, out-of-print boxes that you can't
Yeah,
get hold of.
they'd be horrendously expensive to try and buy.
That sounds terrible. What a terrible idea.
But it'd be fun. Because these were the...
It would be fun spending money we don't have on minis we don't want.
Not so much for me, but definitely for you. Middle-earth was the in, and for a lot of people, that Fellowship of the Ring and the Two Towers box sets were
I think
the start of something beautiful for everybody.
I don't know. I think it would be more fun for me if we did one of the Battle Force boxes for Middle-earth rather than the other things. I've actually got loads of Rohan in a box somewhere.
Yeah, you said you were going to give them to me and you never brought them over.
What's the point in giving it to you? You don't paint anything I give to you anyway.
Just store it in the garage along with everything else.
Yeah, give me that scrub. But yeah, we're gonna.
That was a great box. Yeah. Tom Calelia says I've got the White Council. It's one of the few bits of Warhammer my mum didn't accidentally bin. That is rough.
That's
she's
savage.
binned gold.
Yeah, she really has thrown away gold because they go for a mint on.
Tom Clark's
eBay
got
now.
a question. What's a good choice of army for someone with not a lot of time, no game system specifically? So the technical answer for that is Chaos Demons. Because you can play 2 games with them. So maybe have a look there because
the problem is with the Chaos Demons armies is that they are horde armies, so you need a lot of time to paint a lot of minis. So if you're going for like low model count, for 40k, I'd probably say Custodes because they're easier, cheaper.
And you can pick them up for about 200 quid.
Yeah, and you can get an army for quite cheap. All you have to do is spray them all gold, a couple of washes, bing, like done. And I think with AOS, if you wanted more of a fantasy setting, I'd probably say Stormcast because they're so accessible. There are so many minis.
And hilariously, sorry Adam, they're really cheap on eBay at the minute.
They are really cheap on eBay as well. And again, you can paint them silver, paint them gold, paint them any colour you want. Really, really simple. I think as far as the value for money as well. Stormcast are probably up there. You can get some really
You can get a
elite
lot.
units that are quite expensive.
Also,
but also some nice.
If you want,
things to
if
play.
someone wants to dip their toe in with some Stormcast stuff, if you go onto Forbidden Planet, if you're in the UK, you can buy the Stormbringer magazines.
Stormbringer magazines, yeah.
So you get some of those, like there's the one that comes with the 3 banner people. I can't remember what they're called. It's £5 for 3 minis, and you can just have a play.
Yeah, they're really really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Adam has 600 worth for 200 quid if you want it.
Another plug for the sale. Terrible. Well,
People are always watching but never bidding. Yeah, because they want to know when the price is going back up. They're like, yeah, this guy's trying to sell it. Let's see if he actually manages it.
Yeah, that is a lot of money. Right, so should we wrap up?
We've got 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Last little question
Last
before we wrap
questions.
up.
Last arguments.
Yeah, last argument.
Last orders, beers. Stormbringer is worth a lot over here in Australia. Been great to start AOS. I bet it is.
Yeah, for sure. Any ways that you can cut corners in Oz is
Still priced at $20 a mag though.
Ugh.
Double.
Brother, ugh. Yeah, well, to be fair, it tends to be double, if not triple.
Stormbringer is still available. Nice. Yeah, Forbidden Planet.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're in the UK.
Yeah, have a look on the Forbidden Planet website. This isn't a plug, this isn't an ad. Just go do it because you can get some really sweet, really cheap minis. Yeah,
you
I
definitely
think you
can.
got 2 Bastion Carthaloses or something, didn't you, for like 18 quid?
Yeah, I've got 2 of them on the way.
Crazy, considering he's like a £30 model. Mental.
Yeah, so Bastion Carthalos is normally £27.50. And if you buy him in Stormbringer issue 72, I want to say, £9.
Yeah, he's probably gone now, to be fair.
You see? Let's have a quick look.
Quick look, and then we'll wrap up.
You've been saying that for 5 minutes.
Oh, if you type in Stormbringer and then copy that link and send it to the chat and get people to go have a look.
It's as if that's sensible.
It is sensible, and we're endorsing Forbidden Planet, and maybe they'll want to do a team up with us. Maybe.
I'll have to do
Maybe
it.
not though.
I'll do it on the other one. Bear with. I'm going to get out of my seat.
Oh God.
You can entertain the people.
Why have you done that? Why couldn't you put it in the thing?
Because.
That sounds right. Didn't mean that.
Why have you done this thing?
Cut that. Terrible. Yeah, no, Stormbringer is a great time. Great time indeed. Have you sent the link?
I have.
Lovely. Go
What
in.
would be hilarious is if our own bot removed it.
Oh yeah, that'll be it. What's he called? Ninja something or other.
Ninja Nightbot.
Ninja Nightbot.
Ninja Nightlord bot, as I think someone named him. Yeah.
Yeah, go have a look. Go buy some cheap AOS minis, and we will all look forward to Skaventide or Radicalism if you're cool. And
Vermin Doom.
Vermin Doom, also better, crazy. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us on our Saturday morning stream. We didn't think we were going to do it, but
Quick
here we
question
are.
from Tom: are any of the Stormbringer lads no longer playable? Like I heard, GW removing lots of stuff from the range.
I don't think so.
Quote marks. Pretty sure everything in there is from Dominion. So
Yeah,
it's
so
still around.
they're all slim cast anyway, so no. So you'll
Yeah,
be,
if
you'll
you
be fine.
if you can stomach going onto his website, Fohammer has a whole list of everything that was in it.
Yeah, Fohammer seems like a nice enough guy, but bloody hell, his website is riddled with adverts. It's crazy. Pop-up central. Not slamming. Obviously,
I mean, we use it as a reference, but it just takes
got to earn the money. But good grief, it's like
it takes you a while to scroll down to the he's got all of the contents listed, so you can go and try and hunt down some of the issues.
Yeah.
Also, the actual Hatchet Paperworks, who are the people that run
Partworks.
it. Partworks, sorry.
Hatchet Partworks. Yeah.
They sell some of it online.
Yeah. You can also get some of their big premium kits for quite
Yeah, I
cheap
got conduits
as well.
for 40 quid.
Yeah.
Twice.
Big money. Big.
Big savings.
But yeah, any last little questions before we go?
How hard is the Manticore to build and paint? I love it, but I don't want to outpace myself. I'm assuming that meant to say.
I did a vampire variant and it was great. 10 out of 10. No notes.
It looks awful to build.
It's
Just going to say that.
It's fun. It's fun. It's a long process. It's a fun mini.
There's a lot of detail in there. That it's the wings that.
My advice would be do your prized pieces last because then you enjoy the process.
Hang
and then
on,
all
no,
the
we've
other
seen
small
how many
things.
Seeds of Sigmar Joe's got in our Discord. Maybe paint them first. Because he's been in, and he's got a portrait of him as a City of Sigmar.
Oh yeah, you've embraced it for sure.
You are the Sigmar City.
You are the city. But yeah, cool. Thank you so much for joining us.
Before we finish.
Oh my goodness me, I've tried wrapping up twice and you've done nothing.
Shut up, I'm having fun.
What do you want?
Just because you want to go and have a cup of tea.
What do you want?
40k previews tonight. What do you think's going to happen there?
Sisters, Gene Stealer Cults, Horus Heresy Admech. Next.
Oh, is that all you got to say? What kits do you think you're going to get?
Oh, I have no idea.
It looks like there's a
Honestly,
Magos on the outline.
Yeah, I think it'll be smaller. Whenever they do the duo codex launches, so similar to what they did with Orcs and Custodes, they'll have just a single character launching. I think we'll get army boxes for both, because that seems to have been the progressive thing we've had so far.
And they'll sell out straight away.
Straight away.
Stock.
Will they? If it's Sisters and Gene Stealer Cults.
Yes, they will.
Sisters will. Gene Stealer Cults, I don't think will.
I don't know.
Gene
A lot of
Stealer
Gene
Cults
Stealer Cults
isn't
fans
exactly...
are quite hardcore, and they're resigned to having lots of minis.
Hardcore.
Yeah, they collect minis for
Wait and
days.
see. Yeah, the Horus Heresy AdMech thing, I think plastic.
Oh, the
Horus
new Gross Spider Skull. Yeah, I'm excited to see what that's for.
Huh?
The gross spider thing on the skull. The
Agents
thing
of the
that
Imperium, maybe?
either that or it's Necromunda.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Necromunda.
No, Necromunda. Yeah, that makes more sense.
I mean, yeah, I'm excited to see what that's with. I'm hoping we get to see a new roadmap.
Yeah.
Because correct me if I'm wrong,
This is the end now.
we're in the last column.
Yeah, so we've got Sisters, Gene Stealer Cults, Redacted, which will obviously be the Emperor's Children, as we're all expecting.
Yeah, let me just Google
won't be
it.
Emperor's Children.
Yeah, so we've had everything aside from Gene Stealer Cults, Sisters of Battle and Redacted, like you just said.
Yeah.
So I'd be excited to see a new version of that.
Yeah, the new
slash
Redacted.
what Redacted actually is.
Yeah, I think it'll be a trailer for the Redacted thing at the end.
The funny thing is, and I think this is quite true, the Games Workshop releases move around a lot internally. So I think Redacted, whatever it was, there is the potential that it's not actually that army anymore.
Oh, so it could have been Emperor's Children, and then they changed their mind.
Potentially. I think they're clever with those Redacted things. They go, we're going to have a release here. There's the potential it could change.
Oh, yeah, it's a bit.
Which is something left over from COVID, because obviously that messed everything up and they had to move a lot of stuff around there. So I wonder whether Redacted never actually had anything confirmed. It's 75% this.
Boo.
It's not going to be Emperor's Children. We're
Boo.
not going to get 3 Primarchs in the space of a year.
Boo. It'll be next year. I'm fine with waiting because I don't have the money. So there it is. But yeah, I am spent. But yeah.
Speaking of spent, we are
Romeo done.
We've got 5 videos to record.
5?
5.
Oh, 4 now.
Yeah, 4 now. We're just as a.
Oh no, 1, 2.
Just as we got a whiteboard here. It's not
3, 4. No, it is 4. It's 4. Good.
Yeah, we're going to record a video on our top 5 heresy books, which people have asked for.
Yeah, that's going to be really
Tau
exciting.
Army box, which is
Tau Army box, which is very, very cool indeed.
Which is you. Some other stuff that we won't talk about, and some other stuff that we won't talk about. Secrets.
6 secrets within.
Oh, we got another gifted membership, and it didn't go to Dave.
Nothing for Dave.
I mean, to be fair, he's not even here.
Nothing
he's on
for
holiday.
Dave.
What's hilarious, and I hope Dave goes back and watches it. He's the mod in our Discord, yet he still doesn't have a membership.
Terrible. I guarantee he hasn't got things turned on or whatever it is.
He says he does.
Nah. Tuna melt. But yeah, any last things to say?
No. Have a lovely Saturday / Sunday, depending on your time zone.
Fantastic.
Or Friday, if someone's behind.
Big shout out to all of our TKS members. We love you all. Patreon, Discord, go check our hobby links down below.
They've all given me a nightmare,
affiliate links. You're ruining the end bit. Anything else you'd like to say at the end?
Yeah, they've all given me a nightmare. Trying to put all of their names on from Patrick's lottery was a nightmare.
Well, there's now more after today, so you can.
Well, there's only 2. There's 2 more, not what we had last time, which was insanity.
Yeah, it was utter insanity. But yeah, thanks so much for joining us. We're going to go record some more videos. Have a lush weekend. Enjoy the previews.
I'm going to go find my dog.
Yeah, the dog is gone. But yeah, catch you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.